Hello Aries friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Aries May 2025 Astrology Horoscope forecast. Wow, we have got a massive amount of energy in Aries, including, for the first time in 160 years, Neptune here. Usually we'd be passing along the personal planets from Aries, but no, because of Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, we have lingering Aries energies. So much to talk about specifically for Aries, plus a loaded money house with all of these Taurus energies. And Jupiter about to change signs. Lots of stuff to discuss. This is for you if Aries is your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign like me, or any other Aries placement that you have. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And late degree Aries friends, so birthdays like April 15th through the rest of the sign, or late degree Aries placements like 23 degrees through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Taurus report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. So the Aries fire party continues, and joining the fire party is also Mars in Leo. This is a time when the stars are speaking our language still, and it's very exciting. So March, April, May, a lot of activity, a lot of forward movement, and you will be very happy to know that this month we have 5 times the amount of sweet aspects compared to salty ones. So that's a big relief. Aries people, you all may have been going through a lot in March and April since it was the end of the Aries Libra eclipse cycle that had been in process for 2 years from early 2023 to early 2025. Now you may be ready for a rest. Aries is not going to let you have a rest, but at least it can be a different kind of rest. The kind of things you've been going through are things happening to you out of your control, but the kind of energy that's starting to wake up now may be more you being able to take action back in your life. And a lot of this is coming from the very amazing news that now the tides are finally going out. If you follow my tide analogy, since September, we started the going inward and backward energies of the personal planet retrogrades, Mars, our ruler, which just ended its post-transit shadow period last month. Mercury, a couple of times of that in those cycles. Venus retrograde just ended April 12th. Still will take until May 17th for Venus to regain full strength. But as of that point, all the planets will not only be going direct, except Pluto, the mischievous one, will turn retrograde, but he's retrograde a good bit of the time, so this is not going to detract from our party here. But after May 17th, the inner planet shadow periods are ended for the retrogrades, and all the planets are going direct, okay? So that means the time that you've been waiting for to get your boats out onto the sea, to put your messages in a bottle where the tides will take them far and wide, it is happening. Since around September, October, you've had to sit on the beach and wait to see what the tides bring to you or bear the mark of the retrograde frustration. I've been warning you about this all along. If you try to force things that aren't supposed to be happening, you can have a very frustrating 9 to 10 months, okay? But now that's lifting. Now, action-oriented Aries is getting encouraged, egged on by all of these Aries placements, egged on by the fact that the tides are going out, and it's time to do your long-term and short-term things, okay? Big decisions, big moves, big employment changes, investments, big purchases, big sales, engagements, weddings, big travel. All of these things have much extra energy and oomph and clarity at this time. And you can also see a little bit more into the future. Your future plans may be a little bit easier to work with. With the retrogrades, we've been kind of day to day, moment to moment, week to week, and it's very hard to see past that too much. But now the time has come for us to experience these changes. So this is really exciting. Now, along with all this Aries energy, I am going to mention and spend just a little bit of time on, because I did do a whole separate video on this, but it is important for Aries to know that Neptune recently went into Aries, our sign, where it will be for around 14 years. It's the first time it's in Aries since the late 1800's, and it's the first time that it's having a sign change in about 14 years. So this is pretty monumental. It's going in our sign. It's going to be here for a while. So look for my video, Neptune in Aries, or the corresponding podcast, Neptune in Aries, Annie Botticelli, and you can get my deep dive into all of the things I see as Neptune working on during this time, as well as time-stamped specific sign extras. Okay, so you can deep dive into that. But what we need to know now is that Neptune's entry into Aries, into our first house of Aries, is precipitating this spiritual and identity rebirth. Okay, so this is a very deep identity shift, bringing spiritual evolution and intuitive power and a redefinition of yourself that may be based more on inner action and spiritual calling, is how I'd like to call it. Compared to, Aries action based on will, based on desire, based on, just normal goals. The story of Spirit's plan for you is going to become more clear. You may feel more creative and inspired and drawn to spiritual or artistic pursuits. If you are an Aries who's had to do practical things to earn money for yourself and your family, sometimes art can be practical and many people can make money from art, more and more these days than ever. But if you're a person who is told those things are indulgent, you can't do spiritual work or do artistic work, it's a waste of time, you have to do more grown-up things, then you might be in for a very, very drastic self-identity shift where the artist in you, the spiritualist in you, is ready to come out. And yes, you can actually even monetize these things, but at first it might not be the main focus. This is a time that you may feel more fluidity, a time of discovery of this higher version of yourself, this time where you're burning through illusions and escapism so that you really get to the heart of who you are and what you're bringing. And this inner vision, this vision that Spirit has for you, may start to become more clear and the static may start to go away. So you'll see this month, this time to come, that you're aligning more with your higher calling, that you're stepping into this spiritual leadership where your presence will inspire. I've talked about this over a long time. If you've been with me for the over 12 years that I've been doing YouTube horoscopes, then you've heard on probably several occasions that I used to be quite a rebel rouser, and I had been known to incite many fights around me, bar brawls, etc., because I have the energy of a powder keg. And while I myself have not really been fighting, my presence would spur people into action. And, at some point I realized, wow, is this what I want to use this really powerful energy as or towards? Is causing mischief and ruckuses, And I decided no, the answer was no. So, over 20 years ago, I quit drinking, and not that I have a judgment on what people, this isn't about judgment or comparison. This is a personal journey, something that I had to do for myself in order to use my power in the right way. And you may find a similar thing because Neptune does rule alcoholism or alcohol or drugs or substances that could be used in a way that is not working for you. Okay, so only you can make that determination. But there is this lead in to the avoiding, the escaping of your true power. So you may feel the old you dissolving very rapidly and the new you taking shape. And it can be a scary time because, when things dissolve, you might not have an anchor to set in the new way. But that's why I'm telling you this, So just kind of look out for what Spirit wants to help you bring out of yourself. And at the same time as all of this is happening, we've got all this Taurus energy, which is so helpful because it's grounded, it's stable, it's practical, it's directed, it's anchored. Venus will get to Taurus, Mercury will get to Taurus, the Sun is already there, Hygeia is there. And of course, for Aries, the Taurus transits move through the Taurus second house for Aries. So this is very much a time about financial security. It's a time when some things may really get set up for you that allow you to indulge in some of these spiritual practices. You may decide to get a little bit disciplined with your spiritual or artistic approaches. Like, for instance, carving out a small amount of time every day to work on an art project, just for nothing, for no reason at all, to study spiritual things, to work with principles, spiritual principles, things like that. So you will see that, this Taurus energy can help you ground in these new opportunities that are arriving really fast because your confidence and your courage and your ambition is going to be at an all-time high. Your moment to launch, to lead is happening. This massive personal reinvention is happening. If you've been waiting to embrace a new look or a mindset or a path, especially once Venus is all clear in the middle of the month around the 17th, new wardrobe, new hair, making positive shifts to your appearance to align your image with that you that's starting to come out. Definitely a time for reinvention. Definitely a time for bold action. Definitely a time for fearlessness. Not saying that you should be reckless, but, calculated risk. The Taurus energy can help you be a little bit more discerning with what to put this very rambunctious fire energy into. And at the same time, Mars in Leo, going through your 5th house of Leo, can make you extra exuberant and obsessed with bringing your creative visions to life. Okay, so if you've had an art-based business or a spiritual-based business that you've wanted to launch, middle of May, for the rest of May, all of June can be a very, very powerful launch point. I want to alert you to another important thing going on. It will be exact in the days around May 18th, but you will feel it all of April, all of May, all of June, and that's Jupiter making a beautiful angle of opportunity with Chiron. This is giving you an opportunity for all of the things that were hurtful to you, that were holding you back, that were limiting you, that were sore spots, that were wounds, to be expanded and to be multiplied in a positive direction. Things that were a problem for you before can become your biggest cheerleaders. Your biggest critics can become your biggest supporters. And your expression may start to roll out in really surprising ways. You may discover hidden talents at this time where you're really, really good at something. So the best way to develop this is go where the bliss is. If you've always wanted to take, a sewing class or a cooking class or something or an astrology class, something like that you're interested in, do it and see if this Mars obsession and passion is getting activated by it, because you are searching now for that thing that makes you really soar, makes all of your cells lift up like little sunflowers reaching to the sky. So, the creativity is really off the chart at this time. All right, so let's see. Yeah, and it's a fire party. Obviously, these Mars Leo energies are making a trine to all the Aries energy. And Jupiter is a little bit longer in your house of prolific expression. And then it will go into your house of home. So, and that's happening now. June, but you will feel it April, May, even March, April, May. Jupiter is getting ready to expand your home and family through a bigger house or a lower mortgage so that you feel expanded. See, the energy of expansion can be subjective. One person can feel expanded by downsizing. One person can feel expanded by being in a bigger space. One person can feel expanded by moving to the country, and someone else can feel expanded by moving to a city with all these possibilities. So your personal sense of expansion within your family and your home is imminent, and you will have a full year of expansion of your family and home, which will go hand in hand with the energy of your work. So you may feel certain things shifting at work that allow for more home expansion. You may get more organized with your work so that you can put more energy into your home and family. Or many different ways this can work. You may get a new family member. You may get new pets. You may get new roommates. You may get new houses or, second homes or something like that. It's a time when home and family is going to be expanded in wonderful ways. Let's see what else. Okay, so we have a lot of outer planets moving into different signs this year. It's very unusual for an outer planet to move into a different sign. So the fact that we're having all of the outer planets move into different signs between the end of 2024 and early 2026 shows that it's a very powerful time of change. Pluto recently moved into Aquarius from being in Cap since 2008. Jupiter is about to go into Cancer, as we said. Neptune, we talked about that, going into Aries. In July, Uranus will go into Gemini. And, in early 2026, Saturn will change as well. So there's a lot going on, a lot of new directions, a lot of new storylines in all of these different fields of experience. If you want to get the lowdown on the places the outer planets are now, the places that they're going, what you can do with all of that energy, where those planets are moving for you, and the timelines for all of that, check out my personalized reports at AnnieBClarity.com, Annie, the letter B, clarity.com, and see the outer planet transit reports. If you want to learn astrology, if that's what makes your heart sing and you can feel my enthusiasm and you want to match that and study astrology with me, go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com to see my astrology certification course. If you want more dates, oh, actually, let me give you 2 more dates. Days around May 12th, 22 degrees Scorpio full moon, fullness, completion, fruition, drama, hidden things coming to light in your deep emotional, romantic, and financial relationships, something coming out, information, experiences. Those days around the 12th will be full of drama, for better and worse, and could be full of accomplishment for a collaborative project as well. The days around May 26th will be the new moon in Gemini, so you may find that you're going on a trip, doing something fun, you're getting a new device, you're getting a new vehicle, something's going on there. And if you want more dates, go to anniehelpsyou.com, put your name and email address in, and get the welcome letter with all these free goodies. Zodiac health tips, retrograde resource page, eclipse resource page, 28-day virtual coaching program. Click on the archive link, put May 2025 into the search bar, and get my write-up for the month. Midway down, you'll find the sweet and salty dates, and the whole second half of the report is me detailing my favorite dates, what you can do with them, the ones to be most awareful and careful of. Like I said, there's just a couple of things this month. And then we've got a few aspects that could go either way, so I detail those. I hope you have a wonderful month. This is a really big time for us, and I'll see you next month. Okay, bye.